The Old Testament is filled with 1,000 strange rules. Don't eat pork. Don't wear clothes made of mixed fabrics. Don't touch a dead body. To us, these laws seem random, outdated, and even bizarre. But to the ancient Israelites, these commands weren't just arbitrary rules. They were a profound way to teach them a deeper spiritual truth. The laws were not about morality. They were about separateness. God was setting his people apart from the pagan nations around them. The surrounding cultures engaged in ritual prostitution, animal sacrifice, and chaotic worship. God's laws created a different way of life, a physical boundary that would create a spiritual one. For example, the laws about clean and unclean animals weren't just about hygiene. They taught the Israelites about holiness. Unclean animals like pigs, camels, and shellfish were seen as chaotic or unclean because they didn't fit into the natural order of creation. A pig, for example, is a cloven-hoofed animal that doesn't chew the cud. It breaks the rules of its own creation. Eating these animals was a daily, visceral reminder that God's people were to live an orderly life, set apart from chaos. The same goes for the law about mixed fabrics. You might think, what's wrong with a linen wool blend? But for the Israelites, it was a symbolic law. It was a physical reminder that they were not to mix with the pagan cultures around them. Just as the threads of different materials were not to be blended, the sacred people were not to be blended with the profane. These laws weren't about God being a demanding tyrant. They were about God being a loving teacher. He used these strange, everyday rules as a visual sermon. They taught the Israelites, in a very practical way, how to be a holy people in a broken world. The laws were a fence, protecting them from the spiritual dangers that were all around them. The purpose of these laws wasn't to make them perfect, but to make them distinct, to teach them to be set apart for God's purposes.